Alright. So for our final project, since ang subject natin ay architecture and organization, I decided na mag-design tayo ng transmission protocols. In IC design companies, common ito. Even pagpasok mo pa lang kapag sa RTL design ka, even in training, ito yung ginagamit nila na training material. So, nagde-design ng Verilog code for SPI or Serial Peripheral Interface and then I2C, Inter-Integrated Circuit, and of course, the UART or the Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter. So, ito po ay mga transmission protocols. So, hindi naman po kayo lahat i-design nyo tong tatlo. Since tayo naman po ay naka-group, you'll be working as a group, then isa lang po na transmission protocol yung gagawin po natin. So for the project overview, the project aims to design and implement and verify the three common transmission protocols. So nga minention ko kanina, we have the SPI, the I2C, and the UART. Again, using Verilog HDL kasi naman yung language na ginamit po natin. Mahirap kung i-code natin to using assembly language. Kaya I prefer we use Verilog HDL. So you'll be divided into 3 groups with each group assigned one transmission protocol to work on. So since meron na naman po tayong groupings, 'di ba? So you have your groupings already. Ayan, groups 1, 2, and 3. Pwede naman na same groupings na lang yung gawin po natin. And then, each group will decide kung ano yung gagawin nila na transmission protocol. Whether SPI, I2C, or UART. And then, after ma-form natin yung group, ang next na gagawin natin is to select IC design companies and data sheets. So, each group will select a fictional IC design company. So, hanap ka. Example, sa ROM Semiconductor, Analog Devices, Texas Instruments, Infineon, and so on. And then, hanap ka ng data sheet relevant to the assigned transmission protocol. The data sheet should provide detailed specifications, timing diagrams, and requirements necessary for implementation. So, paano nyo po pupuntahan yung website? Punta ka lang ng Google, of course, and then type mo lang doon. Halimbawa, analog devices yung gusto mong hanapin. When you click naman that, when you type naman analog devices, lalabas yung kanilang website. And then, meron dyang product yan. Dito mo na pwedeng hanapin kung ano yung transmission protocol na naka-assign sa'yo. Ayan. So, siguro baka related siya sa interface and isolation. So, pwede mo dyang i-check. Or switches and multiplexer. So, you have to go through. Hanapin mo kung nasaan dyan yung napili mo na transmission protocol. Example, i-open lang natin yung ESA. Example lang, ito halimbawa yung data sheet na yon. Pag inopen mo na yung data sheet, yung mga sinasabi ko kanina na information, dito mo na yun makukuha. Ayan. So, these are the products that they have. Wala yung mismong part number. Sige, hanap na lang ako ng iba. Okay. Sige, yung usual, amplifier tayo. Then, op-amp. Okay. Op-amps tayo. Ayan, medyo mabagal lang yung net. Pero as you open that, lalabas naman kung ano yung data sheet na gusto nyo pong i-check. Say for example, ito, yun yung part number, ADA4511. Ayan. Pinapaselect pa ng country talaga. Okay. Ayan. So, may option dyan kung i-view mo yung datasheet. Syempre, ang purpose lang naman natin is to view the datasheet yan. So, babasahin mo syempre yung datasheet. Andyan yung features, andyan yung general description, yung applications, yung application circuit, and then, yung mga electrical characteristics and so. Pero ang kailangan mong hanapin dyan, yung mga timing diagrams. Kasi nga, ang ating ginagawa ay Verilog code. Makikita mo yung timing kung kailan siya mag-high, kailan siya maglo-low, ano yung mga signals na kailangan niya. Kaya nga ang kailangan yung hanapin is yung relative dun sa naka-assign sa'yo na topic. Pero that's how you proceed with that. So, pwede kang humanap kung SPI ka, hanap ka ng different IC design company na merong datasheet na related to that. And then yun yung i-replicate mo. Parang may makita kang waveform diagram doon or timing diagram na gagayahin mo in your case. So you have to choose a datasheet, isa lang po relevant to your transmission protocol. Again ha, hindi kita nililimit dito sa mga IC design companies na to. Ang dami niyan. So there are a lot. So pwede kang humanap na mas prefer mo. The datasheet should provide the detailed specifications. So nga makita mo sa datasheet yon, timing diagrams, and the requirements necessary for the implementation. As part of the objective, syempre, you have to understand muna the fundamentals of digital communication protocols. Mag-focus ka na lang dun sa assign sa'yo. Aralin mo muna, ano ba yung SPI, ano ba yung I2C, ano ba yung UART, saan ba ito ginagamit. And then, syempre, you have to gain proficiency in Verilog HDL for IC design and implementation. By the way, since ito naman ay common, may mahanap ka rin na mga Verilog code na related to this. Meron naman. So, pwede mo pong gamitin yon. Hindi ka naman kailangan gumawa ng Verilog code from the scratch. So, you can do that. Kailangan mo lang siyang i-tweak in such a way that pareho siya doon sa datasheet na napili po natin. And then, learn to interpret datasheets and translate specifications into Verilog code. Parang yung pinaka-main reference mo or golden reference mo, yung nasa datasheet. 'Di ba yung ginagawa natin sa pre-final, tayong gumagawa ng specifications, right? And then from there, tayong gagawa ng mga test cases. Sa final project naman, pinag-uusapan na natin talaga dito yung tunay na ginagamit available datasheet. So yun na yung ating specifications na ita-translate lang natin to Verilog code. Hindi lahat ng laman ng datasheet kailangan mong i-convert to its equivalent Verilog code. Pwede ka namang pumili lang. So for example, dun sa typical characteristics na nakita mo, mga 2 or 3 lang. Or timing diagram, may nakita ka dun, pwedeng isang timing diagram lang yung i-replicate mo. You have to be very specific lang that in your project. And then acquire experience in debugging and troubleshooting hardware designs, enhance presentation and communication skills through the creation of presentation slides. Definitely, gagawa ka ng simple slides to present your final project. So ito yung sequence ng activities natin. Same step that we did for the pre-final, kailangan mo munang intindihin yung specifications provided in the selected datasheet for your assigned transmission protocol. Once okay na yun, naintindihan mo na, clear na sa inyong group kung anong imo-model ninyo sa Verilog, so that's the time na based from the specifications, magdi-design ka na ng Verilog module so that you could implement the transmission protocol functionality. Once meron ka ng Verilog code, again, you make a robust test bench to verify the correctness and functionality of the implemented Verilog modules. And then we simulate the Verilog designs using appropriate EDA tools. In our case, we make use of Xilinx ISE. And then we verify the functionality against the expected behavior outlined in the datasheet. And then, debugging and optimization, we identify and rectify any errors or discrepancies encountered during simulation. Then we optimize the design for performance and efficiency. Once okay na yon, optimize mo na, kapareho na siya nung datasheet natin as our golden reference, we now prepare a PowerPoint slide. So isa-summarize mo yung project objectives, the methodology that you have used, the implementation details, the simulation results, and the verification outcomes. And then you'll deliver the presentation to the class, showcasing your design process, implementation approach, simulation results, and verification findings. For the project deliverables, so Verilog source code, of course, that implements the transmission protocol functionalities, comprehensive test bench files for functional verification, simulation results that demonstrate the correct operation of the design modules, and presentation slides that summarize the project details, methodology, and outcomes. And then as for the evaluation criteria, syempre, I-check ko whether it adheres to the specifications outlined in the chosen datasheet, correctness and completeness of the Verilog implementation, effectiveness of your test bench to verify the functionality of your design, accuracy of simulation results, and compliance with protocol specifications, and clarity and professionalism of the presentation delivery and slide. So ito yung timeline. Pero unlike for the pre-final, na-train ko na kasi kayo in the pre-final period, hindi naman kailangan no, na weekly basis meron kang ipipresent sa akin. So, kailangan lang na on May 24, ready na yung ating code along with the presentation. So, syempre, encourage collaboration dapat and teamwork within the group. And then, guidance and support as needed throughout the project duration, emphasize the importance of documentation and clear communication in the design process, and of course, fostering a learning environment where students can explore and experiment with hardware design concepts. So, ito po ay fictional lang. So, nagawa ko ng example. Bawa, si Group 1, ang kanila ay SPI, then isusulat nila, ito yung napili nilang IC design company, and then ito yung pangalan ng datasheet nila. And then, ito yung sequence ng specifications. So, understand the SPI protocol timing diagram and specs from the chosen datasheet. Define the functionality of SPI master and slave modules. Kasi ganun yung SPI, merong master tsaka merong slave. And then, specify the data transfer format, clocking scheme, and control signal. So, may mga control signal yan, may mga signal yung ating SPI, and then merong time kung kailan siya magsusulat ng data doon sa ating system at kailan siya magbabasa. And then, syempre may Verilog code tayo that includes meron kang module for transmission of data, module for clock generation, and module for control signal handling. And then, of course, meron tayong test bench. Ayan, with various data patterns and clock frequency. We monitor the waveform outputs to ensure compliance with the SPI protocol. And then, for the VERIF results, we analyze the SIM results to confirm the SPI communication, whether it is successful or not. We will check for proper data transfer, timing accuracy, and signal integrity, and we'll be addressing discrepancies or issues found during verification. And then, of course, we have the presentation slides. So, we have here the introduction to SPI protocol and application, overview of your chosen IC design company and datasheet, design specs and implementation details, simulation results and verification findings, conclusion, and future work. So, ito na. Binigyan na kita ng clear step and example, anong kailangan mong gawin, and then even the contents of the presentation slides. Ito naman another example for Group 2, inter-integrated circuit yung napili nila or the I2C. Again, this is the IC design company, the datasheet. Ganun din, meron akong sequence of specs, Verilog code, test bench, VERIF result, presentation. And then, for the third group, Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter. Again, this is the example IC design company, the datasheet, the sequence of activities, and the contents of the presentation slides. So these steps simply outline the process for each group to design, to implement, and to verify your respective transmission protocols using Verilog HDL. Presentation slides should effectively communicate the design process, specifications, implementation details, and verification results to the audience. So wala naman ako issue sa inyo sa PowerPoint slides kasi kita ko naman very creative kayo at saka magaganda talaga yung pine-prepare natin na presentation slides, even the manner you deliver your slides. So doon na lang tayo on the technicality and accuracy of your Verilog code. And also the verification coverage. Kung lahat ba talaga ng nilagay natin sa specifications na cover natin in our verifications. So, I think that's it. Stop ko muna yung recording.